Imagine a world where the lightweight legend Bruce Lee faces off against the heavyweight icon Mike Tyson. In one corner stands Iron Mike Tyson, a heavyweight boxing legend with a reputation for ferocious knockouts. Across from him, a total blur of motion, Bruce Lee, the Jeet Kune Do master, renowned for his lightning-fast strikes and unmatched agility. These two icons, separated by weight class and fighting style, are about to collide in a hypothetical showdown in the octagon of what-ifs to see who would reign supreme in a no-holds-barred fight. But who do you think would emerge victorious? This isn't your typical boxing match. We're throwing out the rule books and entering the unpredictable world of an old-school no-holds-barred fight. Let's break down the arsenals of these two warriors.
I have no fear of opponent in front of me, that I am very self-sufficient, that they do not bother me, and that should I fight, should I do anything, I have made up my mind, and that's it, baby. You better kill me before.
First up, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee wasn't your typical martial artist. Born in San Francisco's Chinatown, he was exposed to Tai Chi by his father when he was 6, and then exposed to Hung Gar when he was a child actor. But in his teenage years, he officially began studying Wing Chun under Grandmaster Yip Man, and he even won a high school boxing tournament before his return to San Francisco. During Bruce Lee's Super Kung Fu phase, he would be exposed to over 10 other styles of Kung Fu, absorbing different aspects of those styles. But Lee wasn't content just copying other Kung Fu practitioners. He craved a more fluid, adaptable approach, and this led him to create Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist.
In Cantonese, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist.
Intercepting fist, huh?
Or foot.
Jeet Kune Do emphasized speed, efficiency, and exploiting an opponent's weakness. Lee wasn't just a fighter, he was a philosopher, constantly refining his art. His charisma and innovative techniques made him a global superstar, shattering stereotypes about Asian actors in Hollywood. Across the globe, a different kind of legend was being forged.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
Mike Tyson's story starts rough. Born in Brooklyn in 1966, life wasn't easy. Trouble seemed to follow him everywhere, and by 13, he'd been in trouble with the law more times than he could count. Around this time, Mike was introduced to a legendary boxing trainer named Cus D'Amato. Cus took Mike under his wing, becoming a father figure and mentor. Together, they worked on Mike's skills, teaching him a special boxing style called peekaboo. As an amateur boxer, he started winning gold medals left and right. Everyone was talking about this young fighter with lightning-fast speed and knockouts that came out of nowhere. Mike turned pro at the age of 18, winning his first fight by knockout in the first round. He kept winning like that, fight after fight, and by the age of 20, Mike became the youngest heavyweight champion of the world ever. Nicknamed Kid Dynamite for a reason, he dominated the boxing scene in his early 20s. He kept winning, unifying all the heavyweight titles and becoming the undisputed king of the ring. Tyson's reign wasn't without controversy. Personal struggles and a controversial fighting style tarnished his image. But there's no denying his incredible talent and the sheer force he brought to the ring. So if these two titans met in a no-holds-barred fight, who do you think would win? Let's analyze this matchup. Mike Tyson is a beast at heavyweight, and it's easy to think that he would tower over Bruce Lee. But Tyson is actually only 3 inches taller than Bruce Lee, and their reach is about the same despite Bruce Lee being shorter. The big difference between them is their weight, as Mike Tyson's fighting weight in his prime was almost 80 pounds more than Bruce Lee. Tyson's weight, combined with the power behind his punches, could potentially knock Bruce Lee out cold with only one punch. But raw power isn't everything. Bruce Lee, despite his smaller frame, trained his body to be a weapon, honed for being agile and explosive. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do focused on interception, destroying an opponent's weapons, and taking care of business as quickly as possible. Bruce's speed and agility could allow him to close in on Tyson and attack him with lightning-fast attacks. Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, had incredible hand-eye coordination, quickness, and knockout power. It's tough to compare these two when it comes to skills, because Mike Tyson is one of the best to ever do it when it comes to boxing. He's highly skilled in that area. Bruce Lee fans like to point out all of the styles of martial arts that Bruce Lee studied and trained when comparing his skill to other fighters, but this is really a mistake. Bruce Lee's real message was being able to handle all ranges of combat, whether it be a kicking range, a boxing range, a grappling range, and so on. So when you compare these two in terms of being skilled at different ranges, Bruce Lee is more skilled. But does him being more skilled at different combat ranges make him better than Mike Tyson at the one thing he does better than pretty much everyone else who ever did it? A fight can be completely unpredictable. Bruce Lee's adaptability and ability to think on his feet could give him an edge. He could use his quickness to his advantage, creating opportunities to take down a much larger opponent. At the same time, Tyson can also be unpredictable. Like Bruce Lee, he grew up getting into fights on the street, and as evidenced by the Evander Holyfield fight, Tyson can be completely unpredictable even when he's in a major prize fight. So if these two squared off, how might it go down? Imagine Bruce Lee on one side and Mike Tyson on the other. The tension is growing thick in the air. Tyson explodes forward, a blur of muscle and fury. Lee dives to the side, the wind of Tyson's missed punch whipping at his ear. Utilizing his lightning reflexes, Lee unleashes a barrage of punches meant to completely shell-shock Tyson. Tyson roars in frustration, his immense strength making him a bull in a china shop. Lee, a wisp of a man compared to Tyson, uses his agility to weave through Tyson's attacks. A well-placed side kick connects with Tyson's knees, buckling it for a moment. But Iron Mike is a force of nature. He pushes through the pain and lands a glancing blow on Lee's shoulder. The impact sends a jolt through Lee's body, momentarily breaking his rhythm. Before Lee can recover, Tyson unleashes a devastating right hook. The blow connects flush on Lee's jaw, and the fight goes dark. Well, that's just one way that a hypothetical fight between Bruce Lee and Mike Tyson might go down. The truth is that, well, fights can be unpredictable, like I've already said. So who knows what could happen?
If Bruce Lee really could beat me in a fight, I would really say, fuck, this is an interesting world. Because that should not happen.
In online debates about Bruce Lee and Mike Tyson, I've read a lot of comments from people who believe Bruce Lee fought like he did in the movies. Or some people even believe Bruce Lee only dabbled in martial arts and never ever did any serious training or sparring. Steve Golden, a student from the Los Angeles Jeet Kune Do group, said that Bruce Lee could stick his fingers in anyone's eye at will. And Bruce Lee historian John Little can talk in depth about how much time Bruce spent on training eye pokes and finger jabs. So who's to say that Bruce Lee wouldn't start the fight by immediately taking out Tyson's knees and permanently damaging one of his eyes? The hypothetical situations are endless, and that's what makes these discussions fun for martial arts fans. So with that being said, who do you think would win this matchup? Let me know in the comments below, and let's keep the discussion going. This video wasn't meant to definitively crown a champion. It's a celebration of these two incredible martial artists who push the boundaries of their respective disciplines. Bruce Lee, the philosopher fighter, and Mike Tyson, the embodiment of raw power and one of the greatest boxers of all time. Both left an undeniable mark on the world of combat sports.
Bruce Lee's a killer. You hurt your man, you do as much damage as you can, and you get out. Wow, this is deep. Bruce Lee gets me deep when I talk about Bruce Lee.
If you're enjoying these fantasy matchups, hey, stay tuned for more videos in this series, and be sure to check out one of our previous matchups between Steven Seagal, the highly controversial Aikido master, and Frank Dukes, the man who's so good at being a ninja then no one actually believes he's really a ninja. And if you want to hear about some real fights, then feel free to check out our latest video about the 5 real fights that defined Bruce Lee. And with that being said, I hope you guys keep training, remember to breathe, and come back and holler at me on the next video.